Good afternoon on this sweet, snowy Sunday, January 25th. I hope you guys are all doing so well and staying warm, cozy, and safe today. If you're at all in the eastern seaboard, we're getting hammered with snow and ice down here in North Carolina. We have white roads, this is happening to huge swaths at the United States at the moment. I know the UK got their dump the last few weeks, so now it's our turn. So I hope wherever you are in the world, you are happy, safe, and cozy today. Thank you also for your well wishes. I know I disappeared last week since Tuesday because my dad was in the hospital in Boston having a very serious surgery. So I was with my brother and my sister and my mom since last Tuesday, and it was the surgery ended up being a success, although it was very nerve-wracking and very long. So now I felt comfortable enough to return to North Carolina. So my siblings and my mom are taking good care of my dad. But thank you so much for all your well wishes and being awesome in my absence. I know I don't like being so out of the loop and not there to be liking and commenting in the Facebook group like I normally do. So thank you for your patience while I was off taking care of that very serious family business. I really appreciate all of you so much for being here and being so awesome, as always. So I also know that things are, really kind of heating up in the real world. And I just wanted to reiterate that this community is so warm and wonderful. No politics allowed. So whatever you're feeling right now, my hope is that we can always come together regardless of our religion and our politics, and really love on each other and support each other in this warm and welcoming environment. And so far, so amazing. Everyone is so gracious towards one another. Let's keep that going because it's really something that we all need right now. 100 million %, myself included. So let's keep being there for each other. This community is my saving grace, as is art. Getting lost into Victorian under things and just letting some of the chaos of the world that's happening right now, especially in the United States, is such an amazing therapeutic process. And it's drug and alcohol free. It doesn't cost anything, much cheaper than a therapist. And then coming together after we do our paintings and our drawings through all the clubs to kind of rejoice and remark on something that is so beautiful. And again, just connecting through art. It's so healing on the inside and the outside. So if you are getting to a place of stress where you are kind of forgetting your art practice, I really encourage you to go in the opposite direction, lean in, go press play on one of the latest lessons or something that's older that might be interest of you, and just really dive in. I think getting your, collaging is such a mindless experience, but it really helps bring your blood pressure down. It really helps to relax you. And I just think your heart and souls will be better for it. It's such a healing, wonderful distraction and escape during these super difficult times. So I'm right there with you. So with that being said, I'm keeping up having new, exciting, and fun things that will hopefully also help distract us from the crazy world. I'm very happy to stay inside my awesome art school bubble where things are wonderful. So let's go ahead and talk about what we've been up to and then what is coming down the pipeline for all three clubs. So if this video specifically is only to my club members. So that is anyone in the Fab Drawing Club or the Celtic Collective or the Mixed Media Society or my amazing Wonder Bundlers who are in all three. Also, speaking of Wonder Bundlers, your monthly Zoom is coming up here on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. I'll send out a separate email with a link to join that. That is hosted by Jeanette and is specifically only for people who have questions. So come prepared with your questions. And Jeanette is an awesome artist in her own right, absolutely. But she's an amazing resource in terms of techniques and supplies. So if you're getting bogged down by like the order in which you can do things, please join the call and have all of your questions answered. That is a Zoom environment, so you can have your camera on and talk to one another. So that's super great. So yeah, get your questions answered from an expert. That's Tuesday at 4:30. And then this coming Friday, the Mixed Media Society has our next live, and I will give you a sneak peek in this newsletter by just scrolling down to see what that is going to be for you. We're going to need some washing tape for that. So I'm going to scroll down and we will start going through each of the clubs individually. There's things throughout this newsletter though, so make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom so you don't miss anything, okay? All right, and then here is a snapshot of what is coming up in February. And there's each calendar. You can click right there to download and print that out. A lot of times these calendars do change throughout the month for, if I have travel that pops up or an emergency like I just did. So just make sure you keep opening these Sunday newsletters because the latest and greatest will always be right here for you. All right, so let's scroll down now and review super quick what was on YouTube last week. I taught how to draw and render this grumpy guy. This is a free video that I actually had published. I have links inside all my books to more videos. A lot of people have trouble with the links. I'm not sure why, but I just want to make sure people got access to this. So I published it. I published it last week, and actually I put the link to the YouTube video, but don't forget, those are also in the Neat Suite for everybody. And when you access the videos through the Neat Suite, you also get the supplies list and the reference image to print out and have with you. So you can kind of have them both along. So, yes, don't forget you have that. And in case you're like, what's the Neat Suite? It is just, you can get to it two ways, and all club members have free access to the Neat Suite. So you can either go to your dashboard first and click the Neat Suite button up here on the top right, or you can go to my library. And if you scroll down, you'll see the Neat Suite here. It's its own separate offering. Oh, are you walking Mags for me? Yeah. That's so nice. Thank you. Be safe. Put her coat on. It's cold outside. Put her coat on. I got Maggie a coat for Christmas. So it's so cute. It's in the mudroom. Thank you. It's cold here. Okay, where was I? Oh, the Neat Suite. Yes. So the Neat Suite. And I also wanted to show you that the weekly sketches I've been doing that I'll be doing every single week that do go in the Neat Suite, they're right down here. It's a new section at the bottom. That's weekly sketch series of 2026. So you can always find them in here. So when you click in, you can see all of them. And then there's our Grumpy Siamese down here at the bottom. So just a little refresher on how to navigate the Neat Suite. I hope that is helpful. Okay. So that is what's happening on YouTube. Now let's go through the clubs. So our Celtic Collective is up first. We're doing Paolo Barbieri. We're doing a deep dive. We're actually going to extend it and also do more in February because he's so prolific. He's a lot of graphite, which is what we taught in January. And then in February, we're going to be doing... Well, he's a digital artist, but we're going to be trying to recreate some of that magic using painting, either with a gouache or watercolor or ink. So I've seen so many people. She's so beautiful. All right, go for your walk. Enjoy. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So we did the first one was live, and this is what it came out like. This was my version, and then this was Lucy's version, and that was a classic, what we call classic, a graphite on the bottom, and then we do a watercolor wash on top. And yeah, people are still doing these like gangbusters. It's super exciting to see. They're just gorgeous. No two are the same. So if you haven't dove into that one, there is the replay button for you right there. And then Lucy's lesson for January was this, also just a pencil, this mushroom fairy. And then mine was this eye in graphite. So we love like a limited supply lesson is super fun. I decided to, when I'm discussing the dashboard and exploring the latest lessons, to feature your art instead of mine. I get sick of looking mine. So I'm going to start pulling posts from the community to remind you that there's hundreds of lessons to explore. So if you're not into what we're doing right now, there's so many other things. And I'm always shocked how people don't realize what is there. Like, it's not just what we're doing today. It's like, this goes back years. The clubs were formed in 2018, and every live and recorded lesson since then becomes a permanent part of the club. So please go and explore, but mostly enjoy. So this one is Amazing by Elena, who's been in and out of the clubs over the years. So awesome to have her back. And then you can see that cool eye. That was from Lucy's lesson. All right, now next up is the Fab Drawing Club. We are going back in time and to the Victorian era, and we're starting super slow by, first of all, collecting some resources. They are zero required, you guys. I'm just collecting resources so that I can wrap my brain around what I need to know in order to deliver you some awesome, inspirational, educational lessons. But I am sharing all my resources and videos that I'm watching on YouTube here in this little, I'm just calling it Inspiration Station, in case you're curious and you're a book hoarder like I am. I listed the books that I'm referencing there in one spot for you. Our most recent live, we made this accordion journal. I've made 4 because they're really addictive, and I can see from the Facebook group, I am not the only one who can't stop making them. And I've been using these little fun colors, which is, again, super not required, but super fun. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm leaning into all of these little kind of craft projects just as an escape. It's really nice to get buried in something that's like wholesome and positive. And there's nothing more wholesome and positive than art. So, so I'm excited. These are wonky little journals. They cost about nothing except for the paper. And you can always use the paper you have. The covers are just upcycled. I'm using the backing of old like watercolor paper pads. So you do not need to run out and buy anything expensive. And these huge rolls of paper I'm using are $8 for the whole roll. Probably would make like 1,000 journals, bananas. But I just don't want you to be like, oh my God, more costs, because it's really super not. These are very upcycled little things. You can also use grocery bags, school grocery bags, craft paper. A lot of people just have craft paper for like wrapping presents and things. And so, yeah, be creative. Be creative. You can save a ton of money and have so much fun. So if you want to jump into the first little round of sketches that I taught last week, you can go and click this button and begin drawing with me. We do a little petticoat. We do a chemise, and then drawers, both side and front view. And then today we are also, I'm dropping some more to keep you busy before our next couple activities. So we're doing stockings, which are hilarious. There's a wide petticoat and then that corset that you saw. So you see me have different paper because I ended up making a couple journals. I was really also just testing to see, like, does this work? Does this going to look cool? Because it's tone paper drawing, which I love. And there's a lot of lessons in the drawing club for you. There's also a lot of lessons in the Celtic Collective for you. If you're a Wonder Bundler and you're in both, Celtic Collective has a stunning array of tone paper drawings as well. So if you want to access the new lessons that are these 3, then you can go ahead and do that now. And then again, if you're like, what is she doing? Drawing underwear from old-timey days, and you want nothing to do with that because it's stupid, there's hundreds of other lessons like this one from Yvette Wilson, who's been a Wonder Bundler for many, many, many years. Look at this gorgeous drawing, and there's so much to explore in the drawing club. So please take a moment and cruise around and see if there isn't something else that would interest you, because there's so much in there, you guys. Okay. And then Mixed Media Society. Let me just back this up real quick. If you're intimidated by something like this, please keep in mind that all 3 clubs have accelerator sections for beginners who are super new that will get you up to speed really fast. That's why they're called accelerators. All 3 clubs have an accelerator section, and in all 3 clubs, it is a very contrasting color to all of the other classrooms, so you won't miss it. So for example, in the drawing club, if you scroll down, the accelerator is this bright green and everything else is pink. Okay, so I make them stand out for you. These are bonuses so that you will find them really easily. So you can follow that like very gentle but fast curriculum to get you up to speed. All 3 clubs have them, like I said. Okay, now for Mixed Media Society. So this is our latest live. It's really not Christmassy. It's just very wintry. So it's very still much, especially with all the snow, I don't know, that we're having. That would be very appropriate for today. I love that lesson. It's all watercolors with just a little bit of white ink and colored pencils. That's it on top. There's so many ways to do mixed media. And so that's a totally different way than doing our hamburgers, which is what we are doing. We started a new, lots of new journals. We're just going to go month by month. We're going to do one every month. So that was our little doggy was month 1. This sneak peek is what we're going to be doing in February. I really wanted to kind of connect a little bit to what we're doing in the drawing club. So we're going to be doing this Victorian lady, which is all collage based. So giving you a little sneak peek, but not too much, because then people run off and do it and we haven't even had a lesson yet. So I have to release them more slowly because we have our eager beavers who are like, done. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't come out for 2 more weeks. So that's your little baby sneak peek coming down the road. So that'll be our second journal entry. And then Bryn Wynn is going to guest teach one for April. And speaking of Bryn, I will get to that at the end. But she made something super special for us as well. But let me get through the Mixed Media Society first. Your next live Mixed Media Society is coming up this Friday at 2 p.m. And we're going to be doing a different washi tape girl, which is going to look like this. Again, please do not do things with this reference until we've had the live together. I know it's exciting. Or if you do, just don't share it in the Facebook groups because it really knocks people. Like they're like, wait, what? Like I saw it in the newsletter. Is it out? Did I miss it? So please refrain from posting. But this is going to be our cutie little reference for Friday. And this is another washi tape girl that I taught years ago, but this is a great lesson. So you can do that in anticipation of this Friday's live, where we're going to be doing this cute little girl in washi tape on a collage type background. So see you on Friday for that. And then if we scroll down, same thing. If you're like, I don't want to make a stupid journal, whatever, do with us. What else is there? Well, there's so much there. There's actually a lot of watercolor in the Mixed Media Society as well. And I think because I've been doing so many hamburgers lately that people forget that it's in there. So if you are new to watercolor and you want a good accelerator experience to doing that, in the Mixed Media Society, that's also one of these accelerators I was chatting about earlier. So if we go over to the Mixed Media Society, we're going to click on library, go over to the Mixed Media Society. You guys actually have 2 accelerators. This is the accelerator for the hamburger, which is like what the dog is. And there's a ton of hamburger projects, but this solo supply speedway is where you can get up to speed really fast. Also why it's like a shockingly different color on any one of these wet mediums. So this is like getting up to speed on acrylics and markers and encaustics and ink and gouache and watercolor. So these are each like their own little accelerators inside these. So if you wanted to explore any one of these, like some people like to master a single art supply before they learn how to mix it in with other things, which makes perfect sense. These are little on-ramps for all of those as well. So Yes, just reminding you, I'm always shocked at how few people actually like explore the clubs, or like they'll go on the dashboard and then they'll tell me like, oh, all those things are there. I just never scroll down. So it's like, really, like, don't be shy. Scroll around. I'm always like, wait, what? You're missing like so many things. So, yes, this is one. This is a picture from Dawn. I have had it saved for years. Haha, Dawn, because it's so cute. It's not cute. It's beautiful. And this was actually a live lesson that I taught. And so, yeah, there's so much more to explore than just what we're doing right now. So I just always want to remind you of that. Our next giveaway is February 1st in the big group. And again, we also have a small private group. This is another thing that I learned last week, is that people don't know that we have two. There's two Facebook groups. And in the dashboard of all three clubs, there are this right here where it says private Facebook group. That's the small one. And that's for just sharing like lessons. And then there's the big Facebook group where you can share all of your work. That's why it says share all of your work. And then that's where the giveaways have always been posted since 2021. We've been doing monthly giveaways. So that's where you go for that. All right. Now, all of that brings me to this super cool resource that Bryn Wynn has made for us. This is in all three of the clubs. And there is a new tab called Artist Approved References. So I know how much everybody loved the club prompts. But it was like really irking me, because I was like, and people were really sad when they went away, but I'm like, but people can make their own prompts. And I just don't think we've ever really just talked about this, that with the advancement of AI, we can all make our own reference prompts. So if we click into that tab, and I also, there's certain sites that I use all the time just to create and find references for the lessons, because the references that I'm teaching with, they have to be like okay for commercial use. So I decided to collecting up a lot of the sites that I myself use to find your references. So there's Canva. Here are the two winter images from Shelley. There's the cute fall and winter ones. And then here's Etsy. And I have bought thousands of references on Etsy. And all you need to do is search clip art to find super cute images for sale. So you could just be like, whatever, cartoon dog clip art. Just do the theme that you're looking for plus clip art, and you can find a gajillion. Etsy is getting completely taken over by this, and might as well take advantage of it. The Met, this is what I've been using to source my, let me just make sure that my thing is coming over here. Okay, to source my images for the drawing club, because for all of those lessons in the new Victorian era drawing club things, I'm also providing a whole packet of materials, including the reference, which is always like a photograph of like the authentic piece garment. And then I'm creating the line drawing, and then also the tone paper reference. And so, yeah, I'm going to be sharing all of these resources with you. So that's the Met. And all of those images are in the public domain. So the whole point is that, like, because I know people like to do their own personal projects, not just work on the club lessons, which is amazing. So I'm going to help you source those images, because that's what I do. And that way, if you want to like make something unique, especially since you can't sell like print digital downloads, and you can't make prints of the lesson projects because of copyright, here is a way that you can find references that you can use and copy fully, and then they're all safe for commercial use. So just make sure, if you're buying images from Etsy, just make sure that it says like commercial use in the description of the product, and then all these the Met, Pixabay, Raw Pixel, and Unsplash are all saved for commercial use and public domain. It's just nice to be able to like post with freedom, knowing you're not going to get in trouble. But not only that, but Bryn has been a huge AI user for a long time. She's guest taught for me a lot over the years. She started off as a club member way back in 2018, did the 100 Fun Fab Faces challenge, and her skills like rocketed from like 0 to a million. And then since then, she's developed her own practice, and she has her own like workflow, a lot of which is using AI references, which is I do too. But she makes hers more than I do. I don't really have time for any of this. I just have too much going on. So I'm more than happy to like buy them from an artist. It supports them. It helps us. But she knows how to make her images. So she made this whole course for us. Look at this. And I haven't even had time to look at it yet. She has this 5-part mini course on how to use some popular AI places to either upload your own photos of your own art and then alter them. That's the first one. So, and you're supposed to watch these in order. So this is her first one. Again, I haven't even looked at these yet because I was traveling, but this is the intro. And this is like her favorite app. And then she also talks about like using ChatGPT. That's what I normally use, and Night Cafe. And then how to use Night Cafe to alter an image. She talks about using ChatGPT and Canva. And then this is like how to make additional images also with Canva. I also use Canva ton. Like if you ever see an image from me, like that's Canva. It's like the hugest part of running my whole business. And then she has a thing of additional AI generators. So how cool is that? So if you are, looking to, a lot of people are trying to make art to sell, which is awesome. This is a way that you can generate your own prompts and your own images, so that they're totally unique and they're not found anywhere else. And then you can safely sell your products that you're making. You can do print on demand. You can do digital downloads. You can do whatever. And I encourage you to, I know people are really sad because they can't sell the exact like things they're making from the lessons. But if you take the techniques you're learning, say watercolor wash over graphite, you could go choose your own image and then use that technique from the class. You're definitely allowed to use the techniques anywhere and anyhow you see fit. And then you could create your own image prompts to create your own individual new piece of art that you can sell any way you like. You have total ownership of that. So isn't that so exciting? Yes, it is huge. So thank you so much to Bryn for doing that for us, because I have like super limited. I will buy an image from an artist and then I will just put that into ChatGPT and have it change it, because I do want these to be images that I can use commercially so I don't get into trouble. But also it's like coming up with new images that you can't find anywhere else on the internet, like making them really special. So yeah, this is so awesome. So just to recap again, this is under this tab in all 3 clubs that's called Artist Approved References. So it's places you can buy them, places you can create them, and then all those sites that have them just ready to go in the public domain. Such an invaluable resource, and it's really cool to be kind of like caught up with the AI trends that are happening right now, in a safe way that's also commercially friendly. I think it's amazing. So thank you so much, Bryn, for doing that. I covered so much. I hope I didn't overwhelm you to death, but I am here. I am back. I'm looking forward to really going through the Facebook group and making sure there's no questions today, giving you lots of love. And if you have any questions about anything, please just reply back and let me know. All right. Have a safe and wonderful week. I will see the Mixed Media Society members on Friday. And I look forward to seeing what you all are making this week. All right. Have a great one, you guys. Bye.